and I wanted to fight, but I took the doctors and my dad's and my team's advice, and we pulled out the fight. I'm gutted about it.
Well, so I went up. That's the first time I discovered that the boxer was not well. And then lo and behold, the doctors were called. Two independent doctors came and read their findings to us. And
because that's only sparring. If you get dropped in sparring, means you're learning. Tomorrow morning you don't get dropped in the same shot. So him getting dropped in sparring, that means he's learning on the job.
What
so
I'm
it's
saying,
okay.
It's foolishness. How can you be so stupid? That's street mentality. This is world-class boxing. This is top-level boxing. If you want to bring that stuff to boxing, that's whams. If you want to bring that mentality to our game.
Far barely fight. Daniel Dubois appears emotional as he explains the injury that forced him out of the fight. Clearly frustrated by another setback in his career, he admits how badly he wanted to compete but says medical advice and his team stopped him from continuing. Dubois also apologizes to Fabio Wardley for withdrawing from such a big opportunity. This situation becomes even more controversial as it is not the first time Dubois has pulled out of a major fight, raising questions about his durability and consistency at elite level.
In life. But I'm back now, guys, and I can't wait to give you guys some fight news.
Don Charles explains the tough reality behind the withdrawal, making it clear that independent medical checks forced the decision. He shows sympathy for Daniel Dubois, but also highlights the frustration of everyone involved after a major fight fell through. Promoters, fans, and fighters are all left disappointed, with questions rising again about Dubois' repeated injury setbacks and reliability at the top level of heavyweight boxing.
Unfortunately, a show of that magnitude, to be pulled out of it, people don't think about how does the boxer feel to lose the opportunity of fight.
Johnny Nelson strongly criticizes the situation, calling out what he sees as poor judgment and unprofessional behavior around the build-up involving Daniel Dubois. He stresses that this is elite-level boxing, not street-level thinking, and mistakes or reckless decisions at this stage have real consequences. His tone reflects frustration, suggesting that fighters at world level must show discipline, focus, and responsibility because everything is under scrutiny.
Sauce is good. The sauce is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The sauce is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard.
Frank Warren expresses clear disappointment as the situation unfolds, confirming how late the decision came and how chaotic the day has been for everyone involved. He highlights the frustration felt not only by the fighters but also by broadcasters, organizers, and fans who were anticipating a major fight featuring Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley. Despite the setback, he accepts it as part of boxing reality where last-minute changes and disruptions can happen even at the highest level.
Direct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted. But
The Wade concept reacts with concern while observing troubling signs around Daniel Dubois, suggesting that repeated issues could be becoming a serious problem. He openly questions whether what he is seeing is normal or something more worrying, hinting that it might affect Dubois' long-term boxing future. His tone is uncertain but clearly uneasy, focusing on the possibility that ongoing physical or health-related concerns could eventually derail Dubois' progress at elite level.
Be doing that, right? There he goes again. Now again, I'm no doctor, I don't know, but it does seem like that's a bit of an issue.
Johnny Fisher delivers a blunt assessment of Daniel Dubois, questioning his technical ability and overall skill set at the highest level. He acknowledges Dubois' toughness and durability, but suggests there are still doubts about his refinement as a complete fighter. The comments are harsh and controversial, adding more criticism to Dubois' growing list of doubters. This kind of analysis increases pressure on Dubois ahead of any major comeback or future fight.
Daniel Dubois, he just can't really get right. He has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Heart is kind of questionable.
Liam Goff adds more uncertainty around the situation, mentioning a possible injury involving Daniel Dubois, but admitting even the details are unclear. This confusion only increases speculation and raises more questions about Dubois' fitness and consistency ahead of big fights. The lack of clarity fuels debate among fans and analysts, with every small update now being closely watched because of his repeated injury-related setbacks.
Some sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just, seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specifying. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not.
Frank Warren highlights the huge financial and emotional impact of fight cancellations, explaining how much effort and money goes into a training camp for Daniel Dubois and other fighters. From nutritionists to sparring partners, everything is planned in advance, and a pullout results in massive losses for everyone involved. His frustration reflects the wider damage such situations cause in professional boxing beyond just the fighters.
It was a big fight, he's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, the trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it, or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure, but very, very.
The Wade concept breaks down a highly technical defensive style, explaining how elite fighters control distance and timing. While not directly focused on a single fighter, the analysis indirectly relates to how opponents like Daniel Dubois can be neutralized if they overcommit or lose control of range. The key message is that elite boxing is about precision, patience, and punishing mistakes rather than just power and aggression.
With his lead hand, keep the distance, which he does such a good job of. If you move forward, he moves back. You cut an angle, he cuts an angle, right? He just mirrors what you do. And the moment you make a mistake or overcommit, he touches you with the lead hand.
Adido explains how Fabio Wardley has grown into a world champion and looks mentally stronger after winning the title. That extra confidence, that so-called 5% improvement, is what separates champions from contenders. He highlights Wardley's tough win over Joseph Parker, where he had to dig deep through difficult rounds before ultimately getting the job done. The message is clear: Wardley may not win every round cleanly, but he finds a way to finish fights. That resilience and finishing instinct is becoming his biggest weapon as he continues climbing the heavyweight division.
Have you guys ever sparred each other?
Yeah. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah? How long ago? What are we talking?
7 years, 8 years maybe.
Do you both remember that?
Mm-hmm.
How did that sparring go? Not that that means anything come fight night. It's a long time ago. You're a different fighter. You're a different fighter. How did that go?
It went well, but in the early days, he got the better of me.
Yeah?
We'll say that. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
Do you remember those sparring?
Yeah, just like he said. He's come on since then now, so.
We've grown a lot since then for both parts. I'm nowhere near the fighter I was that many years ago. And in the fights he's had, he's grown and changed and adapted as well. Like, you have to. Like, if you want to stay at the high level of this game, that's what you have to do. But even in them...
Duke McKenzie gives a deep tactical breakdown of Fabio Wardley's rise and how experience at world level has sharpened his performance. He emphasizes Wardley's improved jab and consistency after becoming champion, especially after his hard win over Joseph Parker. McKenzie also brings Daniel Dubois into the equation, highlighting how his jab and power make this a very balanced and dangerous matchup. If Wardley's jab has developed further, this fight could turn into a technical war rather than just a slugfest. Ultimately, it is a clash of styles where small technical edges could decide everything.
Because Fabio Wardley's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talked to you about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title. Now, he's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved, and a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois, because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab, and if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then
Daniel Dubois focuses on Fabio Wardley's knockout power and rising reputation in the heavyweight division. He acknowledges Wardley as one of the biggest punchers currently active, but also warns that he absorbs significant punishment in return. Against someone like Daniel Dubois, that becomes a serious risk, especially in the early rounds where both fighters are most dangerous. This creates a fight where one clean shot could completely change everything. Wardley's rise has been impressive, but stepping up against elite power punchers will truly test his durability, timing, and ability to survive under pressure.
Christ, man, that's just sensational. Honestly, that is just brutality at its best. I have picked against Fabio 2 or 3 times. I will never pick against him again. That being said, I picked against Dubois a couple of times. I think it's 50-50, and this isn't fencing because I 51-49 Fabio. Fabio can crack, unlike any heavyweight I think right now in the division, but he takes a lot of punishment. Like, we've seen it, and I don't think you can take that type of punishment early from Dubois. But it's a tremendous fight. And look, if it does happen, credit to both. Credit to Dubois. To do Usyk, Miller, Hrgovic, AJ, Usyk, Wardley is better than any run minus Usyk in the heavyweight division. And, by the way, Parker was supposed to...
Spencer Oliver breaks the fight down from a psychological angle, emphasizing that Daniel Dubois' biggest challenge is not physical strength but mental stability. He suggests that if Dubois has full self-belief and the right mindset, he becomes far more dangerous inside the ring. However, without that confidence, cracks can appear under pressure. Fabio Wardley on the other hand is seen as mentally sharp and aggressive, which could exploit any hesitation. This fight may ultimately come down to who handles pressure better, because at elite heavyweight level, mindset often decides who breaks first when chaos begins.
It's all about mindset. Dom recognises that. It's not about the physicalities with Daniel Dubois. Never has been. Yeah. You know, he's a big, strong guy, and like, if you get his mind right and he's that self-belief there, and that's what Dom will be working on with him.
Don Charles reflects on the difficult and emotional circumstances surrounding his sudden exit from Daniel Dubois' team. He explains that there was mutual respect between both sides, but the timing of his dismissal just 48 hours after positive discussions feels frustrating and unexpected. Despite the setback, he makes it clear there is no bitterness or entitlement, only disappointment about how things unfolded. His tone shows professionalism as he accepts the situation and moves on. However, behind that calm response, there is clear tension and unfinished emotion, highlighting how unstable and sensitive elite boxing camps can become.
Privately, Daniel's father in particular, he recognized what I've done for Daniel and the father. And I too recognize what they done for me as a coach. So it's a mutual thing. Like I said, it was a sudden ending, and that doesn't sit well with me in the way that it ended. I haven't got this entitlement that I must be Daniel Dubois' coach.
No, fair enough.
But the timing of it, when 48 hours prior to me being dismissed, sacked. The conversations I was having with Daniel's father didn't suggest, no, that's the only thing that doesn't sit well with me. But like I said, I've digested it, I've acknowledged it, accepted, processed it, and I've accepted it, and life.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.